To some more news out of Brazil now, the country will hold football great Pele's funeral in the stadium where he played some of the best matches of his career. The soccer legend died on December 29th at the age of 82 after a long battle with cancer. SANTOS, the club where Pele played, said that the public will be able to pay their final respects at Belmiro Stadium outside of Sao Paulo. His casket now in Santos, getting carried through the streets of the city. Visitation will then commence for 24 hours, starting at 3 p.m. local time. And then tomorrow, he will be buried in a private ceremony with his family. Let's bring in Luana Ferreira, the journalist, joining us live from Brazil now. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. I want you to talk to us a little bit about Pele's influence and why he's such an important figure, not only in Brazil, but all around the world. What is it about his sports career and also his personal life, the type of man he was that made him so influential?
Yes, of course. First of all, thank you very much for welcoming me back here. It's a pleasure. So Pele is a reference in the sport. While I was growing up, Pele was not just a sports player, he was also an adjective. When you are very good in something in Brazil, people tend to say that you are Pele. So if you're very good in journalism, you are like the Pele of journalism, the Pele of medicine, and so it goes on. And Pele deserves this reputation. He's a legend, much more than just a random football player. He was the first football player and the only one to win 3 World Cups during his career. And he has achieved over 1,200 goals on the course of his career. And by the age of 15, he was already a professional. By 17, he already won the World Cup. So it made him stand out among the players around the world, and he's still been a reference for professional players that he didn't even see him playing. For example, Neymar and Messi, they haven't seen Pele playing live, but he's still guiding those people. He's still been a reference in the sport, not only for Brazilians, but for the whole world, as we can see the commotion after his passing last week.
And funeral preparations underway. It's also now the first official event the new president will attend. Walk us through some of the logistics for the funeral. We do understand that the visitation will be open to the public in the stadium where he played some of his matches. But do you think there will be any issues that arise because of the amount of people that are expected?
No, I don't think so. There is a huge security plan around the funeral. They're already closing the streets and it's very well organized. There is not expectation. They did not release the expectation of how many people might attend the funeral, but there was already lines yesterday because people want to give this final farewell for Pele. He's like the biggest sports player we had in Brazil ever, and there's a huge preparation for that. They're closing the streets, and that's it.
Is there anything else you think viewers around the world who are perhaps not so familiar with the legend should know about the greater legacy that he leaves behind for Brazilians? And talk to us maybe a little bit about what soccer means specifically to Brazilians.
Soccer is everything when it comes to Brazil. It represents the soul and something that Pele is crucial for that. He was the first person, the first soccer player who made the world look at Brazil, because we are really proud of being the greatest team in the world. Like, we are always a reference in football, and it started with Pele, and not just with Pele, with his generation. And so Pele is a huge He's responsible for that. He turned football in art. It's not just a sport, and he presents everything for Brazil.
Luana Ferreira joining us from Brazil this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you very much.